morning. Blease Fell summit, no crags, 805 metres. We're currently on our way up Blencathra. Weather's a bit bleak, but it said that we had a little window first thing, which we have had. It's still cleared on the top, but there's some bleak weather coming in. So I think we'll head on. So we're on Blease Fell at the moment, 805 metres, and it's a Burkitt. That way to Gategill Fell. That's the ridge of Gategill Fell there, just below us, and Threlkeld where we've came up from. Following the ridge up to the summit of Gategill Fell where we're going to head. Then we're going to cross over to Blencathra's true summit, Hallsfell top, and then we're going to drop over to Atkinson Pike and then down onto the Mungrisdale Common. Skidder's there behind us, it's gone. The weather's got there. Coming in from the west, so I think it'll catch up with us soon. The weather's been appalling this week, so we've took advantage of this very short weather window. It's supposed to stay clear until early morning, and then we've got heavy rain, snow and wind coming again. There's no wind at the moment, but I can see the weather behind us in the west. It's sneaking up on us. Still clear in front of us. Gategill Fell top, 851 metres. It's a Burkitt and a Nuttall. There's the ridge of Gategill Fell, and to the left of us we've got Hallsfell Ridge leading to the top of Hallsfell. As now is, Blencathra is probably the only fell I can actually see the top of. Everything's clagged, even Cloven, which I could see 5 minutes ago, is almost gone. Skidder's gone, so I think we've probably got about 10 minutes and then the weather's going to be down on us. There's the Mungrisdale Common to the left of us, our descent path. Blencathra's true summit, Hallsfell top, 868 metres. There's the ring. It's a Madeline, Hewitt, Nuttall, Burkitt and Wainwright. I'm just going to have a look down onto Hallsfell Ridge. Look at that. I do believe Blencathra is the only mountain I can see in the entire Lake District now that's clear, so we haven't got much time left. Look at that, Hallsfell Ridge, the ridge of Gategill Fell, and Doddick Fell, we're going to stay on the path on the edge, which will take us round past Sharp Edge, so we'll get a view of it, and then we'll go back over onto Atkinson Pike and head down to the Mungrisdale Common. There's Scales Tarn and Sharp Edge below us now. Lots of ice about on the path. There you go, look at that, Scales Tarn, Sharp Edge. We ain't going down there today. We're going to go back up there and find Atkinson Pike and then drop down onto the Mungrisdale Common. As I say, I've just came down here a little detour to get the view of Sharp Edge. We're going to head for the relative safeness of the Mungrisdale Common, where we'll drop back round to the Blencathra Centre. Atkinson Pike summit, 845 metres. It looks intimidating, but we've got to drop straight off the edge from Atkinson Pike down blue screes. You'll find this traverse path a bit further down, and it'll get us back down to the safety of the Mungrisdale Common. Once you drop into the bottom here, if you keep going, you'll follow the ridge line across over to Bannerdale Crags, but we're going to turn left here where this old shelter is, and we're going to head straight down the hill again, where we'll eventually hit the summit of the Mungrisdale Common. Yeah, so we knew this was going to happen today. That's why we planned our route carefully, so we could get to the safety of the Mungrisdale Common. We didn't want to be stuck on any of the ridges or the edges on Blencathra. We knew this weather was going to come in, and we knew we had only a few hours weather window, but we're down on the Mungrisdale Common now in relative safeness. Lots of folk complain about the Mungrisdale Common, the fact that it's featureless and the fact that Wainwright didn't really have much good to say about it. I personally love the place, it's one of my favourite places in the Lake District. I don't think Wainwright maybe crossed this common in full winter conditions. I mean, today we've got a little bit of snow, but I've been over here when it's been deep with snow. And believe me, it's one of the last wild places left in the Lake District. and then from the summit you cross over to the Cloverstone, which is a personal favourite place of mine. In fact, it's my favourite place in the entire Lake District, and we'll show you that later. The Mungrisdale Common, 633 metres. It's a Wainwright. And there's the summit. Anyone that thinks that this isn't a mountain, because it's so flat, put a drone up and you'll soon see it's a mountain. It's got drops off on every side and we're high up, 600 metres. You drop down a long way from Blencathra, so you get the impression you've come down, but you're still high up and you're still on the summit. We're going to head that way. From the summit of the Mungrisdale Common, we'll head in the direction of Skidder and we'll go and find that Cloven stone. On the way down to the Cloven stone, you'll pass this beautiful old ancient cairn. I don't know how old it is or any history about it. All I know is it looks like it's been here for a long time. Look at that beauty. The weather's coming in now, blowing like hell. Was always gonna. That's why I set off at 6:30 this morning. We're out the snow now. We're in freezing cold, heavy rain, sleet. As you can see to the left of me, Blencathra has had a good dump of snow on it, so I'm sure if this weather ever does sort itself out, we might get some good conditions on the summits. But from what I've seen, the foreseeable future, the next few days, it still looks pretty rubbish. That little weather window that we had this morning was the only 3 or 4 hours we've had in the last week. We're now approaching the Cloven stone. As I said earlier, there's not many features on the Mungrisdale Common. This is one of the only ones. And as I also said earlier, this is my favourite place in the Lake District. I just love it here, so peaceful. You very rarely ever see anyone. And there's the Cloven stone. We're going to head down to the Gill and then down onto the Cumbria Way. It's not a bad path that drops down from the Gill. It'll drop us onto the Cumbria Way and then we'll have maybe a couple of miles back to the car. That's us just dropping down onto the Cumbria Way now. Well, we're not too far away from the car now, so I'm going to wrap my video up. Look at this weather now. This is grim. I really do hope I've done the video justice. It was hard work up there. Everything goes bad. You know, you can hardly push the buttons in on the cameras and everything just becomes numb. Even your brain can't even think sometimes. But it's where we've always been happy. I love these kind of conditions. You know, the forecast was absolutely bang on. I knew that I was going to get a weather window, and I knew that I had to get up out of bed, so we took full advantage of that. And for once, because it doesn't always, it paid off. All the very best, guys, for New Year from myself, the rock star, and of course Tracy, Essex girl in the wild. Sadly, she's working today. I'm not quite sure she would be liking this rain, but I'm sure she would have loved that snow earlier on.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the